Welcome to this video. This is Said Ahmed from Toronto, Canada. This is a trial video or a video on the fly. If we need, we will revise the video again. Okay. So this video is on the topic project development, data science project development. Okay. So it can be research project, it can be industry project. So this particular video, it is on how to structure your research project. How to structure your research project. What do you mean by that? Structuring research project. Do you mean the activities, structure of the activities? Or the process that you will follow? Or the structure of the report? Or does it differ, the report in the industry project and report in the research project? Or if you are trying to publish something, do they differ? Okay. So what is this video about? Structure of data science project. And by this, what do you mean? What I mention is it about the activities of the research project, activities that you will perform alone or in a group or the team? Is it that thing? Or it is about managing a project, like project management approaches? Or it is about waterfall, agile? Is there a relation? Structuring data science project, what do you mean by that? Or it is about structure of the report, how to write the report? Or is it about how does that differ for research project and industry project, right? Or it is about publication, publishing research or writing report for industry project. Anyway, so those are the questions for you. What do you think about when I say this video is about the structure of data science project? From my side, what I can think at this moment and on the fly, it's about all of them, or all of them are related. To some extent, you can relate those, or thinking in all of these terms definitely will help you. Okay, I just say it. I did not say it from just because someone else said it, not because I read it explicitly. Sure, I have been in the data science project development courses. I developed data science project in the industry or in the academia. Okay, and I have seen research projects and research publications, and I also have stepped into that area as well. So I'm telling based on my experience, what I have seen, what I could think, everything. And still, if I am academically wrong or wrong in some way, but I firmly believe, thinking in all of the terms that I mentioned before, you will definitely get some benefit this way or other. Still, if that contradicts among the team or the people you work with, okay, that's my opinion. Okay, you are open to think, and definitely subscribe, and whatever concern you have in the concern, questions, review, criticism, try to be positive. Okay, don't attack me. Just what I have said right, what might be wrong, what is good, what is bad, and why, and just invite for open discussion. That's the goal. It's not about me or about you or criticism. Okay, right. Yeah. So in this video, I'll just touch on those things, how the data science project structure of the data science project. Okay, anyway. And ideally, shorter videos are shown to be better. Sometimes it looks like if I start talking, I talk too much. Okay. So structuring the data science project, and I think in some way it is also the fundamentals of data science research project, data science project. Anyway. So yeah, structuring a data science project, I can see it in the broader way. So in terms of structuring the research project, that is one of the goal, structuring. And also in terms of structuring or doing it, you will need to define the research problem, right? So I think at this moment, I am trying to tell what are the different things for a research project in terms of structuring the work or structuring the report or anything. I think just overall, and looks like this is a trial video, and I probably need to make it more focused. But okay, let me give the all the information, and then in the revised video, I will be more. I will structure my talks and thoughts more. Anyway, okay, structuring the industry or research project, structuring the activities, that is one of the thing. And as part of these activities, for sure, when you are developing a project, you need to define the goal of the project. If it is a research project, and the research goal, research, what is the thing that you are trying to get, achieve, or industry goal, industry project, what is that you are trying to achieve through this project? What the project will do? Will it find out the best product to put on a shelf for tomorrow for 3 hours? Can be, or in any day. Anyway. Now, and another thing is, when doing the research project, it may not be always required, especially in the industry project, the reviewing other project. In some way it is related, right? You might want to explore the related projects in the same company that you are working for. I think how those things are done, or what are the different things they are trying to achieve, what is missing in there, if there is any similar project, how your project can differentiate in terms of the goal or in the activities or in the approach, how you can make things better. Or if it is the first project, probably to get ideas, for sure, definitely think on your own, know the business, know the goal, know the methodologies of the business, and what are the other manual projects, how they are achieving their goal, how they are improving their goal, what other people in the organization is thinking. You will need to discuss, talk, find out, and then you can try to structure, refine the research goal and the activities, and probably that will also influence your implementation. And if it is a research problem is you are trying to achieve something new, right? Something that was not done by anyone else, that was the exact same thing. So you will need to review the research articles, research papers, research work, and then you can find out something that you can differently. And definitely, I think when you are part of any research project, this is industry-based research or academic research, it probably will have some general areas, very specific or somewhat general topics or areas. Within that boundary, after reviewing the literature, you will need to come up with new idea. And when you come at a new idea, define the goal, and definitely you will need to go for some of the structuring. I think if you watch our other previous videos, actually those were in Bengali, somehow I'm making it in English, but I will be making a few Bengali videos, me, or probably I can assign someone if that is possible anyway. Okay, then one of the important aspect is data, right? In the beginning of the research, data and data collection. If you already have the data, you need to do the data exploration, data analysis, whether the data is sufficient for your research project or not. That's probably one of the things that you will be doing, right? And then whether enough data is there, if any data is missing, if important parameters are there, important variables are there, whether within this data you can reach to the goal or not. If not, do you need to, in this domain, in this research problem, can you generate dummy data, dummy using some data science methodologies. It's not just arbitrary garbage data. And also you may need to check if the data are balanced or not, right? So there are some other stuffs, data exploration, and do some quantitative analysis, try to see the natural distribution of those data, and do they fit into some test like chi-square test, R-square test, all those different metrics, related different metrics, whether this data is good enough for your analysis or to achieve the goal. Okay. And you will be doing your work. I think another thing will be, when you'll be doing your work, you will need to, some way you may want to define the steps or design the software, design the data science software project, implementation project, and then you will be implementing, right? There will be some methodologies. Okay, I think when it's kind of research project, you can define some architecture, some methodology, and then also some experiment, using some experiment to justify the outcome of the research project. And sometimes you also need to see how to justify if the research project is valid. I think sometimes you'll be defining experiment to get to the research solution, research goal, to get to the ideas. Yeah, you have methodology, you have implemented it. Now you want to analyze, or have you achieved your goal, or can you draw a conclusion? That you probably, what we do in general, even in normal science projects, we'll be defining some experiments. Through this experiment, we'll try to reach to the goal. See what is the result that we get. Now, when I get some result, we need to verify those results, right? Verify those results. Probably there will be some metrics, analytical metrics to see whether you have achieved, I think, in terms of prediction, confusion metrics, depending on the type of the project. And sometimes there are some threats to validity of the research project, right? Sometimes internal threat, external threat, construct threat, methodology threat. So we need to justify those. If you see that everything is good. And another thing is, in terms of methodologies, experiments, you will need to define training data set, test data set, validation data set, how you will be utilizing them, whether you will be using 5-fold cross validation or not, or 10-fold cross validation or not, and how does that make your research project better as you research quality, and to get to the result in the analytics metrics and also against those threats. Then what are the metrics that you will be reporting? Under what metrics you will be reporting the outcome of your research project, right? Anyway, so after all those things, you will need to write your research project report, right? Research project or data science project report. Now in the industry documentation, that's a different thing. Sometimes you might need to deliver the result, and probably some reasoning and experiment. And I personally believe data set, methodology, those ideally should come even in industry project, so that others can verify if things are right. And definitely there should be some sort of testing, especially on the industry side, testing by others and testing with different test data or data set from different areas. Okay. Still, some of those things can come to the come to the project document. User manual is one thing, or project document for the software team or data science team, that is one thing. You can have many different types of report depending on the target audience, and sometimes it also depends how much importance the organization gives on the documentation on the report. However, to carry the research outcome, even the data science project outcome, because industry project, because there will always be some goal, right? It is not just you develop the project and you are done. You need to justify that, okay, your goal has achieved, the project can achieve the goal. It is not just doing some functions. So I personally will recommend to have a documentation for other team members and also for validation that the project has achieved the goal or can achieve the result. Okay. I can come back with more details on how to structure or what to put into a industry project report or research project report. Anyway, and another thing is data science project, whether it's an industry project or academic project. The research project needs to be reproducible. It is answering some questions, so the result will need to be reproducible by you or by I think if someone follows the exact same methodology using your same data set and all the modifications, adjustments to the data set, they should be coming to a close conclusion. Sometimes it can differ, but it should not differ drastically. So reproducible work, that is important. Okay, in terms of structuring the data science project, or in terms of fundamentals of data science project development or fundamentals of data science project, what are the important criteria? Anyone? Okay, structuring the research project activities. Structuring the overall high-level research project activities, or envision the research project. Then the problem definition, data science project or industry or research problem goal, and then review other work, analyze other work, similar work. For research, review the literature. For industry, well, for industry, you need to be able to have the domain knowledge of the problem, data science domain level knowledge, different aspects of data science analytics projects, all the different concepts, and some, if it is involves machine learning, artificial intelligence, you need to have an overall ideas, reviews, but that you are supposed to have already, right? So in that case, relevant research project exploration, discussion with other team members or business people. So those can help. And some data exploration, exploratory analysis, qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, seeing if the data is sufficient, if not, what to do about it, what about to do about the missing data and all those things. And after those things, justifying if the data is sufficient for the project and it's achievable using this, and then some methodology, how to implement or how to step, probably defining some architecture and steps, the methods and materials, and then defining some experiments to go to that will give you the conclusion, decision on the research goal, and then some metrics, which metrics you will report to, what you have achieved, and then probably using some metrics to represent or justify your performance, project performance, and then analyze against the threats that can show that, okay, you have achieved it, but it probably there is a limitations in the methodology or in the data or in the construct or assumptions, what actually makes the goal invalid or the outcome invalid. Then you need to see to counter those logic, need to find out and modify to get to better result, and probably all the steps will need to be redefined or readjusted, and then writing the industry report or research report based on what you want to achieve. And one other aspect is, I think the report, it's not the report, the project will need to be reproducible using the same data and all those methodology that you described. That probably it will need to give a comparable result using the same data and all the stuffs. And sometimes definitely if it can give similar result using test data, similar or better result using some other data that the project has never seen, that is great, and that is our eventual goal. If not, we need to keep improving the research project to achieve that. I think if for external data on the same domain, if it cannot achieve a close or very close result, something is not right. It can be that the external data, something is wrong there, or probably in the research project itself. Okay. Sometimes it happens that within the same industry, same company, I think still if data comes in a different way many times because they're within the same companies, and there probably will some overlaps in the methodology or interaction or beliefs or all those things. It might be more probable that it will be more closer than completely different data from a completely different source or different domain, but not different domain. It has to be in the same domain. Anyway, I think you got the idea. I think all these things will need to be discussed more. I'll come back and discuss more, and probably I will see what I have told here. And this is a trial video. So yeah. Okay, if I try to export the term research project structure, yeah, I already have told. So what will be part of it? So yeah, the activities, what you will be doing, and your research or your industry project, subject, goal. Okay, one of the thing is what will influence is also why you are doing it. One thing is, yeah, okay, you are trying to achieve some goal, some performance improvement, some prediction or a validation, whatever, but why are you doing it? What is the business need? I think that will also influence your structure, and probably sometimes the activities because the parties involved. And whether it will help the organization, help the team, and affect the bottom line of the company, or if it is a research project, is it something interesting? Is it interesting as a research, or does it help anyone in any way or any big way? And also the methodology that he told, what are the steps that we will follow? What are the activities that will carry on? You need to have some plan, right? And probably what are the different approaches that you will take? Probably whether you will be using chi-square testing or not, or probably whether you will be using regression, classification, or decision trees. It will be coming as part of the methodologies and activities. Yeah, and why you will do it, or you will be doing some ensemble method and multiple different things. So, and why? Okay. And sometimes probably the sequence of the work, or probably some work in parallel, who will do what, those kind of things can be there. It probably coming down to project management, waterfall, agile aspect, or doing it properly. Okay, some aspect of it can be, or the similar way we think there, some of the stuff will influence structuring the project and structuring the activities. Try to see the pros and cons, and then probably adapt. It can be dynamic, and probably it will the organization that you work on or the team that you work on, that will also influence. Okay, in terms of when we want to define the research goal, what do you want to do? Research goal or project goal? I think when in the industry, the project goal, yeah, definitely there will be some overall goals, but it's not like academic or research project where we try to define the problem very well. We need to define the problem very well, right? Okay, and how to define the problem and what to put in the problem definition. I think I have seen different ideas and different ways of doing it. So it might vary place to place, industry or academia, place to place. Okay, so the goal is the research problem that you want to address or that you want to solve needs to be very specific, explicit. In many cases, you will be told to be concise, right? Clear and concise. Sometimes you may be told to do one-line statement, one-line problem statement, one-line goal. One or in couple of lines, you need to be able to state the goal of your project clearly and concisely. Okay. So yeah, in industry, it can be lighter if it is not a industry mean business related, not industry research, but industry research. It can also be, it may also be asked to be more precise and more concise. But in the academia, yeah, I think it will be more on the more precise, more clear, more compact, short. This will be the high expectation on the academic side of research. Okay, on the academic side of research, I believe that the research problem, it has to be significant, something significant to be solved, to be worked on. It should not be a copy, it has to be different and significant. It should be not only different, it has to be significantly different, and it has to have a significant value to it for doing this research. And whether it is feasible or not, that probably is one other thing. Okay. And I told review the other projects, discussion with the other team members or business side of the people or data science team members, or if it is academic side, then reviewing the research paper will always be there. And sometimes it might even be the case that you may need to review the research paper within your team because you are working in the same domain, and probably your research, sometimes it can be just an extension of an existing process, existing project. Or I think better research projects are being seen most probably, as I believe, it's not an extending anything. It probably, yes, in the same domain, however, trying to do something newer, not just take something and modify it something and trying different approach. I think that can still be a good research depending on how much you modify and why you modify and what you can achieve. Still that can be good, but I think in general, I think doing a completely new thing, new ideas within the same domain, that probably in general might be seen to be better. If you don't agree, please comment and show your point. Okay, don't attack me personally. Okay, I'm just saying something on the fly. Okay. Okay, when you are exploring other projects or other research publications or research projects, and probably you also want to review the different methodologies, steps they have used, or the different types of machine learning, data analytics approaches they have used. Sometimes it's whether they used parametric or non-parametric statistics, whether they use regression, classification, how does they involve, if classification, what are the types they use, or whether decision tree or ensemble method, random forest, or some reinforcement techniques or neural networks, or what on them used and why you want to do something differently, or if you want to do the same thing, what you will be doing different, and why do you think that your approach will achieve a better result than the existing one. I think in research projects, yes, there is a strong possibility that something someone else was trying to achieve a similar goal, whether they have achieved a significant performance or not, or practically usable or really important result or not. There can be something you may need to compare with them in terms of reviewing. Okay, whether you need to see how you can improve things, what are the different things or similar things you will use, and why, and whether you can achieve a better approach or not, whether you can achieve a better outcome or not, and why do you think so. I think to some extent you will need to be able to think theoretically, conceptually. Otherwise, you may put different significant effort, however, you may not be able to reach. Okay, sometimes it can be seen to be something useful that you try different approaches and in your methodologies were correct and your reasoning were correct, but still you could not achieve a performance improvement. Still, that research can be useful. Now, whether it is useful for the company or whether this can be seen as a research publication, publishable work or not, some other parameters, criteria will need to be brought into the picture. However, still that can be seen to be useful in some way. Anyway, okay, it was about reviewing the other work or discussion with others or reviewing research paper. And sometimes you will need to do, I think we talked about the exploratory analysis, missing data, how to adjust for those things. And in terms of quantitative analysis, you may need to do some other aspects like comparing or similarities, finding comparisons with other works. If it is a research project, and for sure, you will need to show how does it compare with existing research, how does it relate, where does it improve, why, all those things will need to show, you need to show. And validity of your approaches or validity of your results. Okay, so all those things will come as part of the quantitative analysis. And we also talked about the writing the project, writing the report. I think it will be similar, something similar thing, especially in the research project, academic research project. I think I can show some research publication. Okay, I might try to show my work. I think probably someone poster paper, and I will see if my research project report is handy. I can share it shortly. Anyway, in the writing, definitely objective, title, and problem definition for sure will be there. And the data set and data adjustment, exploratory data analysis, research question to answer, these will need to be there. And probably not, I think in general, we'll be putting some sort of introduction where we will be bringing the related ideas and probably given ideas about how the rest of the research paper or report will be organized. Okay, then literature review, background analysis, and probably how your work will be differing and how it will be similar when you say it, when you review some work and try to show your relation, comparison, or difference, what you are trying to do it, what you take it, what you not, and probably in the literature review section, you will be drawing conclusion, what have been done, what have not been, what were done, what were not done, and what you are trying to do among this, what were not done and why, and why do you think that is a good idea, what you want to achieve, and what you believe will achieve. Those kind of things will be there. Anyway, exploratory data analysis, as you have told, and probably data verification, justification, all those things, and then methodology, the steps that you will follow. If you want, you can define some sort of architecture, methodology steps, and then some set of experiments, 4 or 5 or something. Probably depends on your project. If it addresses multiple different aspects, for each aspect, couple of experiments. I think through the experiment, you will be finding the outcome of your research. And then there will be the results, conclusion, discussions, and why your result is, why you have achieved a good result and why not. How the result is similar, how it is different, why you have achieved a good thing or why you have achieved a not so good thing or worse result, and probably justification against the different pitfalls that I think on the surface the result looks good, but probably for some other regions the result is not really good. Some pitfalls in the methodology, in the data, some internal variable, external variable, or your assumptions. You may try to show that those things do not exist, those things did not happen in your project, and that's why the result that you have achieved are trustable. In many cases, we also show some future work. Future work, why? Future work extension, not why. I think what are the possible future extension and why, and what you envision to those future work and achieve. Anyway, reproducible project, that was one of the goal. Okay, I think now you know that, I think whether it's an industry research project, academic research project, or industry data science project, I think what to expect in terms of activities. What are the different aspects? What are the important things? What are the different components? Even in the report, or even in the research publication or internal reports, on how to go about the research project or data science industry project or data science industry research project. I think I believe you will get some overall understanding, and probably based on your situation, you can adapt this concept. And probably if you're in industry or academia, you probably will also have some sort of knowledge from others, or probably you'll be studying some courses. Depending on those things, try to find out a good structure and good outline of your research, or structure, methodology of your research, and carry out on this. Let me see if I can share anything. Okay, I think this is one of the researcher. I think I did one of my masters with him, means in the same department at University of Manitoba, Canada. I think, yeah, at the same time we did masters, and he was also my undergraduate classmate, and then masters. Anyway, yeah, we might have the same workplace at one point in life. Okay, this is one of his research work. I might have some research paper where he was also a co-author, I believe. Anyway, so let's say I believe this is one of the recent, I think 2020. Okay, so it's a research project. So you see there is a title for sure, author name. Okay, Mehdi Masood. Okay, I had an undergraduate classmate named Mehdi Masood who also did PhDs and works in these areas, but I'm not sure if it is the same Mehdi Masood or it's a different thing. It's a different one. Anyway, some abstract in the research project, definitely you put your abstract. I think it's a very short introduction. I think some domain information, research problem information, and slightly on your methodology and your achievement. Okay, sometimes the abstract structure. Introduction, yeah. I think you bring different related concepts, and to some extent It is not literature review, but to some extent say what is being done, what is not being done, and probably the different concepts that you will be using in your research project, give them here. Why yours is important or not, those kind of things, and probably at the end you will be seeing the structure for rest of the stuff, what you have done and why, some motivational things of the problem or the domain related work. It's a it's the literature research project. I think I'm showing the project, the paper from the public domain. I believe it is doable. It doesn't violate anything because it's a public domain. So you can access it anytime. And I'm not claiming this to be my work. So I believe there is no, yeah, I think, yeah, probably different work. And then materials and method, data science project, materials and methodology. This is very common. I think it's mostly about your methods, what you have used and why, the different approaches that you have taken, the steps that you've taken, are different data science concepts, and machine learning, artificial intelligence concepts. What are the steps that you have integrated, utilized, and why, and in what order and why, at what step you have done those things and why they are important. All those things will be coming here. And probably defining some mathematical steps. Sometimes I think, let's say the problem definition, it is not here. Sometimes what we do, we try to define some mathematical problem formulation. I think if it is engineering optimization, mathematical optimization, you will see it more in the engineering optimization problem, the mathematical problem formulation that you will see in this. Okay? I think engineering optimization, mathematical optimization, that is kind of core of data science, right? I think data science departments, they may not teach you the mathematical optimization or engineering optimization. However, those theories are behind these data science concepts, right? Those mathematical stuffs are there. So some engineering optimization, that is, I personally believe, is a must study if you want to do really good work in data science research areas. I personally believe that those theories and mathematics are a must study. However, if you want to do industry project work in the industry machine learning data science, I think you do not need to go deep into those mathematics. Even in data science research, you really do not need to. If you want to do really good work, yes, for sure, but you can survive without them. Some researchers may disagree. I personally disagree with those researchers, even though they are having high positions in the academia industry. I personally do not agree with them. I believe that even without those, you can do sufficiently good or very high quality research in data science domain. You do not need to define your data science project that mathematically. You will see many good projects that don't define those problems that mathematically. And in data science research project aspect, those are perfectly fine. Many will disagree. I disagree with them, irrespective of my level or whatever. And to some extent, that is true. And if you go the very good research projects, research papers, those are done in data science domain, you may see in very good research projects that they will not define those projects very mathematically. However, in engineering optimization problems, yes, you will be defining those very mathematically. Materials and methods. In here, sometimes you might see some architecture, model configuration, evaluation metrics. Okay, probably there will be some experimental. I think they might have brought it. He might have brought it. Model configuration, evaluation metrics. It probably is there. And defining a model, giving a model. Sometimes it's a data science part of the project, whether it's industry or academia. The model is there. Yeah, sometimes the model can bring some more math in there, mathematical formulation and all those things. And many times data science projects will not do it. Sometimes the data science project and engineering optimization can become integrated. You may want to work in that domain, then you may want to bring both. And sometimes even in data science projects, you define some methodology or some ideas. If you can show this mathematically and prove it, and definitely those are good. Definitely that will increase the quality, but that may not be always a must, and it may not be a very critical or criticism point, depending on the research team, actual research team, research goal, all those things. Anyway, results and discussion. Yes, sometimes confusion matrix, as I might have said. Discussion. Anyway, conclusion, future work. Those are some of the stuff that you can see. Let me see if I can find any of my poster and then I can share it or not. Okay, let's say this is one of my work. It's in the private domain, but still I believe I can share. So, okay, in terms of structure, right? First abstract, research project, acknowledgement, that's okay. So acknowledgement, it's okay. I think abstract I gave first, and now introduction for sure, literature review for sure, exploratory data analysis for sure, methodology, yes, overview study, data synthesis, methodology, then the experiment design that I told, result, conclusion, appendix, references. List of figures, list of tables. I think it's part of thesis. I think in general, okay, you do not need it. Okay, introduction, literature review, then the methodology. I think it is the methodology overview. Experimental design. I think this is the experimental design. Okay, results, conclusion, and references. Okay, I actually was looking for my poster. Okay, in other video, I might show more. Let me see if I can bring. It looks like I kept it on ResearchGate, but I don't see it. Okay, it looks like I did not find the poster on the internet. It looks like I kept under ResearchGate, but I don't see it. I may have to upload from my hard drive again and then show. Anyway, so in this video, we saw about the fundamentals of data science project or research project and how to structure a research project activities, and structure the report, right? Okay. এই topics নিয়ে আবার দেখা হবে. So I will see you again.